Yeah, so two things that the AI workshop, if you're interested, just reply back from this announcement thing, and then this one I'm just going to fire out. This is pretty much. They seem very eager because they've been bugging us a lot. They have a lot of openings at DMDC, but a lot of them are actually kind of advanced, like database team lead. You're probably not going to sign up for the database team lead position. But they did have some like help desk specialist and probably this desktop patching technician. Some of these things would be available for people with, pretty good hardware skills. If you've taken apart your computer and put it together again, that kind of stuff. Maybe you've taken the CSI 75 class. They don't have any programming opportunities that I know. But what he said was, if you get your foot in the door, they're growing a lot, and if you are working there in help desk, quite often an opportunity to do some programming stuff might come along at some point. So they wouldn't turn you away for that, and you might want to consider it. So anyway, I think I'll just send it because I don't want to keep. I have a gazillion emails to write, and that's one less. So this is my circuits class, and that is my circuits class. Go back to 10b. So today we are in the second day of week 15, where I have nothing to lecture about. You have gotten everything you need to know, unless there's questions. Oh, and I was going to post another lab as well, an extra credit lab 13 on graphs. If anybody wants to do that, I highly encourage. Graphs are really cool structures that you can play around with. And I suppose I could even talk about it in a few minutes after Ben does his thing on GitHub. But Ben, so Ben has been offering to share his knowledge of GitHub. He did a presentation last fall for the C++ class. Very basic, and it was very positive, and people wanted to get some more from that. And so he's kind of doing a follow-up to that. And today is the just how to install, and then next week you're going to do the full thing.
So, as Tom was saying, they wait for it to stop. They wait for it to be done. Okay. So, as Tom was saying, I did a lecture on Git and GitHub last semester. It was kind of rushed. I wish I had more time to prepare. And this semester I did. So, let's just start. And then if he comes back and wants to take over, so, GitHub and Git. One, they are not the same thing. That is the first thing that you should remember, because this can get a little, like, using it is very easy, but if you get those two things confused, you will have a bad time. So, let's start off with something a little simpler. You've all been working just single individual people on your project and on your assignments and stuff like that, right? Nobody's ever been sharing, you haven't been copying information. Good. The real world is not like that. You are generally in a team of 2 to 100 people, and you're all working on the same code base, and all trying to do things with different files and things. You can imagine that gets very complicated. So, how do? The answer is that you need some sort of version management. So basically, you need some system to say, I have a version, you have a version, we're going to keep track of these, and then eventually we're going to merge. There have been a number of source control. They're called source control something. Source control inventions that get this functionality. You might have heard of Mercurial or SVN. They're subversion, stuff like that. And they're sort of precursors to what Git is. And Git has a lot of advantages, which we'll get into. There's going to be a lot of Git puns because Git is not spelled the way you think it is. So let me actually plug in here.
So are you going to record on my machine, right?
I don't know.
Do you have to install it on my machine? Oh, did you switch the?
I was actually kind of thinking that you would also follow along.
I would, but I wouldn't be able to record. So, oh, are you logging into the conference?
Oh, I can't. But I don't have my.
So you are projecting your computer.
You could just yeah, you could use your microphone and your Zoom session and share my screen.
Yes. I have to stop sharing. Then I could record you while you are talking.
And I would like you all. Can we see that? That looks really, really tiny. That is not. Thank you, Ben. No one wants you. Why are you here?
So I'm going to put this close to you so it picks up your sound.
Cool. We will go.
Are you still?
This website.
You're not sharing yet. So go back to Zoom.
I'm not. Okay. No.
Okay. Why are you zoomed in 200%?
Because. What's the Zoom session?
It is 696 781 005.
Cool. Joining. Computer audio failed because my computer.
Just click join conference. There we go.
Cool.
And then you have to share your screen. So, what is our feedback?
Thank you.
I'm going to mute my speaker. So that way no one can ask, wait, why are we still getting feedback? My speaker is muted. What do you? Well, it's probably coming through my microphone and then echoing back.
Yeah.
With that delay, that'll cause feedback too. Yeah. So, okay, I think we're good. I think we'll be recording this. I hope.
Can people hear me? Do we have an audio?
They can't audio back because I had to kill my speaker.
Okay.
For feedback.
Okay.
But I am recording.
Yeah. Record. Cool. So we go to. Let's go ahead and make this relay live. No, let's go out of this. Go ahead and go all the way up. Okay. This is where I stored the instructions for the lab. They're very simple instructions. Basically, what we're going to do is we're going to set up two things. One of them is a program, which is the actual Git client on your computer, so you can use it. And the second thing is to get you all a GitHub account, which you will need to use GitHub. Git, as I mentioned, Git and GitHub are not the same thing. GitHub, if you think of GitHub as a hosting service or a storage space, like OneDrive or Google, what are they calling it now? Google Drive. It used to be Google Drive, and now they seem to be doing something else. There's something like Google Drive, except it's specifically designed to work with Git. So it's a place you can put code it manages, it understands Git. If that makes any sense. It'll probably make more sense later. So is everybody cool with this address? Are we? Okay. Yes. Yes. Because I don't like paper and I didn't print anything out. And let's go ahead and actually put this over here. But yeah, it's GitHub Ben/CSIS/B-GitLab1. And what that all means will make sense eventually. And if I do this, cool. That does work. We need 30 more seconds. I have given instructions for multiple operating systems. Can you make? Yeah. Is that? That's weird. Okay, I'll just go over it here. So here's the lab. If you didn't get it, we'll be able to get to it eventually. I'll put the link, or you can go back to the video and watch it. So first things first, we need to install the Git client. It's very simple. I will demonstrate. We go to the Git page. Oh right, you need the link. So who actually wasn't able to navigate the link? One, and then you. Are you just searching for GitHub? I'm not entirely sure why your computer is connected. That's the right side. Okay. So you just click on the link. It says download page. Yep, or control click, whatever it's set up to do. Okay. Then we go to download. Come on. There we go. And then you choose the OS, the version for your OS. And it, if you have Linux, it might be slightly different. Mainly because Linux likes to use apps or different, like a package manager for things, in which case, I feel like if you're running Linux, you probably know better than I do how to install things to your system. Generally, the package name is just. And I can demonstrate that if anybody wants to cover. But I think most people here have Windows or Mac. I have no idea. Yeah, that sounds like it sounds like you clicked on the wrong thing. So you just go back and you click on the download. You go to the page, you click on download, and then you click on your operating. And that's it. And it'll automatically And then, you can. I'm actually going to teach you guys how to use the command line because for most things, it's easier and faster. It's a good introduction for how to use tools from the command line. And eventually, I can almost guarantee you will need to know how to use a shell. Just this kind of shell. So, the time like the presentation. Yeah.
When installing it, it's just left.
Yeah. So most of this you can just put next to. They have a pretty good setup for just default. The only thing you might run into is something here that'll ask you what editor you want to use, and you can select your favorite from whatever menu you pick. Usually, it'll come up with this if you don't have anything else installed. I will be going over at them in very, very fast because I hate them. I use something with GUI or Nano. Right now, I'm just going to if you download the headline version, also download. And so it'll generally come with the GUI. If you want to install the GUI, all you have to do is run the installer again and add extra components. It's a very portable, easy thing. Generally make sure that you select one of these options that mentions the path. God, my screen. Let me fix this just a little bit because this is ridiculous. My screen size is. Come on. There we go. Change resolution. Let's try something a little less huge. Whoa. I think I need So, are people downloading and installing or questions? Well, you probably don't have to run through a lot of it because Mac is Mac and it tends to respect that kind of stuff. Yeah, I'm looking for an outlet.
You can use this one.
Sure.
Ben, do you have a recommendation for what editor to use?
I would use Nano, but Vim is generally the default, and most of the tutorials online will assume that you're using Vim or some other sort of simple text editor. Note if you have Notepad++, it's a good substitute. And all of this can be changed later. That's the other nice thing about it, is it's highly configurable. All right, pin. What are you talking about, computer? I did not set that pin. I do not know what that computer is on. That's perfect. Cool. So, how many people have it installed or have gone through the install process? Yes. Generally, if you have a question, if you run into it, it generally will work. And if it doesn't, I will go with you and sort of work out. Yes, thank you. Okay. Who does not have it installed? Cool. You're installing right now. Cool. Okay. So now comes the scary part if you are not used to it. We're going to open the terminal. And now we have a scary black box. It doesn't matter which shell you use. If you're on a Mac, you want to open up terminal. And if you are on Linux, you want to use Bash or whatever terminal program you have installed. Yeah, it's also called terminal. It can be like you can use fish, something like that. There are a lot of shells. Nobody's ever satisfied. And then, okay. And then I was going to change my screen resolution because I have tiny vision, and that's not good for showing off things. That's a non-terminal either. Magnifier. No. I don't know. Okay.
It's just for fun.
Yeah. Yeah. So, is everybody at some sort of blinky command from? Cool. So, very, very easy. Generally, to check a lot of command line tools, you just say type in the tool name and something like -v or -vert. So, we got it wrong. Git is nice and tells us what commands we can use. We can do git, version, and it tells us the version number of Git. And that's just to check that we have, in fact, downloaded and installed Git. I will wait until everybody has done this.
What did you click on to get that?
Oh, I generally use the Windows key, and then I just start typing, and you can type in command or cmd. So, yeah, it's just a Windows command shell. You can also use PowerShell. I also happen to have Bash configured on Windows, so I could use that, but no. And then, so how many people are with me? Cool. How about these? This kind of row seems slightly. You guys good? Okay. So the next step is a little bit more useful or normal. I would like you all to make a GitHub account. So that, yes. Cool. So you go to the GitHub. It's like creating an account for anything else. You go to the GitHub page. You do register or sign up or whatever button they have. You enter some information, and then you have an account. It's real good. The only caveat is that you should be careful when choosing your username, because I'm pretty sure that it's kind of difficult to change. And professionals will look at your GitHub if they're scouting, or if you send them a resume, they'll probably check you out and find you on GitHub. And if don't like no insane clowns, no strange things. Just like there's a reason mine is just my name, first name and last name. because it's easy to remember, it's easy to find, and people like. The other thing is that you can find out typing in URLs with your username. So if you don't remember your username or it's strange and difficult to type, you will be sad. Yeah, I think, yeah, Tom, I think you actually have a GitHub account. Yeah, this is the GitHub part. So, no, Peter, thank you. Did I put you? I am not. I just noticed that I am no longer on the Zoom. Fix that.
Yeah, when you.
I got it. Fortunately, the sound.
Sorry, online people.
Yep.
I was thinking I should check that. When did it go to sleep? As you were showing the install, right?
Yeah. So one. But I got all the. Screen. And cool.
Well, if anyone's interested, I can.
Yeah. I think we're the only people in here.
Yeah, but people will watch the video.
Right. Okay. So
we did the installation. As a recap for those who might be wanting to watch this later. We did the installation by clicking on the download. I clicked on this download and then download. And then, oh, is that what we did? Oh, yeah, download GUI, and then we did the just click OS. It is your OS, Windows OS. And do you choose GUI or non-GUI? It's just automatic. So you get the GUI with the download. Okay. And on that start, then you after it installs, you choose all the when you run the choose all the default settings. Choose all the default settings. And then when it's finished, we just type in CMD to get the line. And we type in git space dash dash. We don't use Linux before. It's kind of like that. But that's all we've done now. We're going to go to the website and set up. So we will go to GitHub. And I'm already logged in, so I cannot create. You would go to sign up, or if you don't have one, apparently, GitHub really wants you to sign up with this class here, sign up right there on the homepage. Yes. Yeah, so there is a GitHub startup pack that allows you to have private repos, you get a bunch of software. You may have to wait on it because when I signed up for it, they actually required me to put in my email to my student ID proof of enrollment. And you can always add that after the fact because it's linked to your email and you can have more than one email. So as long as like choose whatever email you want as your default, and then later on you can change it to get the educational benefit. So I will actually sign back in. And then what I would like everybody to do, once they get their looks like somebody's already done it. Once they get their account set up, navigate back to the original page that I gave you, and hit the start button. Yeah, and what that will do is it will give me your username so that I can add you to other things, so I didn't have to add some assignments on. Cool. Oh, open. Yeah, it's github.com and in Holland, CSISND-GitLab1. I'm pretty sure it's case insensitive. I'm not sure. Yeah.
She saw a murder. Yeah. I'm sorry, I didn't hear anything. Oh, sure. And then we have, how many people do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 18. I have about half of you who have started the repository. I will need you to do that for the next step. So, are we going to do this? Got 9 people. Back to the original page. And then you hit the star button. Yeah. No, just the star. So this. So if you're here, just the star. If you're watching online, this repo may actually disappear after a while, so don't hit. And we're at 11. It's good. I'm going to give it. I think I'll give it 342, 343, which is in 5 minutes. Unless we can get everybody. Yeah, for people having issues. Yeah, that's actually a good question. Yeah. Cool. We're actually doing a whole lab, so if you already have a GitHub, that's good. But we're also going to do more Git stuff. So. Okay. Cool. Cool. Yep. This. App. You can find me on GitHub and then go to the lab, but it's a bit hard to find. Yep. Well, good. Okay. You're having trouble. Do that. Cool. So, what have I done to your computer? You may ask. Well, what we've done is we've installed the versioning tool. And so now I will give a demonstration of what this might be used for. So I'm gonna is there a way that I can, yeah, let me play at font 36. Is that better? Can people see that? Yeah. Cool. So let's say we want to make a website. It will be a very simple website, but we're all in a team and we're all going to make this website. So first thing to do is to make a holder project. Website. And we'll go into it. Yes. Why don't you just, since you're having kind of trouble, why don't you focus on just watching and sort of absorbing, and then you can go through it later during the video, with the video. So did I lose anybody with the commands from the command prompt? Everybody's good on make directory? Yeah, it can be anywhere. I actually should have not put that there. Yes, it can go in Google Drive. Hold on, I'm not sure why you would do that. Well, then I can use it. Well, that's kind of the point. One of the advantages of using it and GitHub. So I'll get to that. It doesn't matter. I like Windows PowerShell because more features. You can if you want. I'm just moving it into a better folder. Oh. Oh, fine. You know what? I'm not even. Oh, I know why. Yeah. Why? Why do you not want to work? Yeah, you can do RM, which I'm going to do. It's being used by another process. Oh, I know why. This is embarrassing. There. No. That's the type of move. Windows. There. CD. Nope. Cool. So the first thing that we need to do is tell Git that this is going to be managed. This folder is going to be managed by Git. So to do that, we type Git in it. And we see initialize empty repository in path. And if we do this, yes. So you want to type it in it, you don't have to do the PowerShell part. I have something in PowerShell. I think it might be installed by default too. That tells me a little bit about it. You notice that the prompt is going to have this weird packet master thing, and it's all colorful and weird. And that's PowerShell? Yeah, that's from PowerShell. And then no. No. That's actually the else I can do. I think I can do hidden. So we're not doing this. No, don't do this. Here we go. Let's H. So it's also created folder. Do not delete the .git folder. What's in the .git folder? Well, first, hidden. So it'll try and prevent you from doing anything. But if we actually go in, we see that there's actually quite a bit of information in here. And what this is this folder stores the entire history of your project. So every change you commit, basically every change you tell Git about in this folder ends up getting stored here. Every file you make, basically everything you do in this folder is going to be recorded by Git if you tell Git about it. And then we can do some interesting things. So one of the most useful commands is And this will tell you a little bit about the current state of your folder. I'll talk a little bit more about what that means in a bit. Yes.
You know, where exactly?
It should have been added to your path when you installed it. If not, I think it ends up in C program files x86 or program files git/bin, something like that. So, not very interesting yet. So let's make it slightly more interesting. Let's say open up Notepad with index. Oh, you delete Git folder. Yeah. So what happens is Git will look for a .git folder. If it finds one, it'll be like, "Oh, I managed the Git folder." If not, it'll be like, "Eh." That's all it does.
I don't see it.
Yeah, it's hidden.
I see it not.
I have no idea what that is.
That's the other dot.
Yeah. So generally, like in Linux, dot folders I believe are hidden by default, and Windows they're turned on for some reason. So HTML, body, and body. And I will be using a different editor in just a bit. Hello, I am gay. And we will save that. And we'll see that, okay, we've actually made the file. Cool. And then if we do edit again, it'll give us a different message. So it'll say, okay, we're on this thing that's finished, we haven't done anything. Oh, we're not checking this file. Git is saying, hey, I see a file here. You haven't told me to watch this file, so I'm not going to. And then it says, use git add file to include some stuff. I think I might have gone a little. I was planning on having a little bit more time to prepare this, so I hadn't done that this part yet. So what Git is going, the model Git uses for versioning is that of a tree. You've all gone over trees. It's thin, it has a root, it has branches, and so what it'll do is it'll say, so each node on a Git tree is going to be called a commit, and we'll have, so each time we tell Git, hey, save these changes, it'll make a node in this tree, and we can branch this tree off in all sorts of different directions, or we can do something like this. We can branch off and merge back into a single branch and continue from there. Or because that Git folder is going to track all of these nodes, we can actually say, okay, coming over here and doing this stuff was a really bad idea. Let's go back to this one and then continue on. And that's really the power of Git, is this sort of branching and merging system, along with the ability to go back and stuff. So right now, each one of you will have something. Right now, everybody has something that literally looks like this. We have a Git folder. We haven't told it to track anything, so there's no tree yet. Yes.
Should I have the master prompt or?
Oh no, the master stuff. The master prompt shows up. I think I installed something a long time ago called Git Pretty or Pretty Git or some fancy stuff. Okay. There's a special thing you can install it. I think something installs it by default, and then if you use Git Bash, which is a program that was installed when we did install Git, it'll also have something that looks like that. So Git Bash looks like that, but that's tiny and gross, and I don't like it. So the first thing we have to do is we'd like to save our changes. If we made a file, we made some changes. It's very important that our website be stored for forever. So we have to tell Git out the file that we just added. So say git add dot. And git add dot will add every file in your folder. Or we could have said, git add index.html, and that will add that specific file to Git's tracking. I just use Notepad. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. How did you move your file into the website?
Oh, git init. So you move into that folder and then you type git init. And it'll come up with something that says like empty git repository initialized. Yes. Git init. Yes.
So can you use Git to push directly to GitHub, or is it
Yes.
separate? Okay.
So I will get to that. But you're on the right track. So all of this is happening locally, you'll notice. And we will get back to that in once I show you how to do your tree thing. So you've added the file. It still doesn't have a tree. If we do git log, which is another thing, another very useful command of Git, it'll say fatal. Your current batch master doesn't have any commits yet. And so that's basically Git yelling at us saying that we haven't done anything. So we need to make a commit. And we can say git commit. And it will open up whatever text editor you told it to open up. And we type a message, which is difficult with Vim. And I will try to do an easier way. Added first file. And then to get out of this, you press escape and then :WQ. You shouldn't have had to do anything that. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, you may have to. You don't have to log into anything. You just have to give it a name and an email. And those will be recorded on the log. I'm not sure. I think it's git commit. I don't know. It should tell you. It's not associated with my. No. There's no account. Yeah, so Rodney is telling you what to do. So Git wants to know your name and your email. These are not links to any sort of account. You put garbage in there and it would be happy. It's part of Git, the way Git stores stuff. So you don't have parse those links. You should. I don't think you need to have, but you don't need to run it in quotes. Unless your email has spaces.
What's it formatted a certain way? I mean, it says user.email, then
Yeah.
and then
Yeah, you can put
your name in quotes, or
Put-
just
yeah.
user.name.
just put it in quotes.
Also, you just put instead of user.name.
So you do global. So you're configuring a file, but second a file. So git config -- global configuration. Yeah, and I try it, and then if that doesn't work, try it in quotes. Yeah, try in quotes.
Weird.
You do need it in quotes. I'm a liar. So you are going to want. But I can't do this. Okay, so I forgot a step because I've been logged in for a long time. So I'm going to type git config global user.email. Yeah. And then colin.core. Cool. And with this, and then you need to type, what is the other one?
The other one is user.name.
User.name. Yeah, these things are things that you need to follow. If you try and do a commit without doing that, it will tell you and specifically tell you to run those two commands.
So now we can just do it.
Yes. Now you should be good. I'm sorry for bump.
Okay, so
Should be. Is anybody having trouble with Vim? Nobody having trouble with Vim?
did you put it in the index?
Yeah, I put some code in it. I think I put body. What did I put in? I put in that.
But I can add that through a browser,
Yeah.
or it's going to connect the current content to the file.
Yeah.
If I change it now, I have to remove it.
Yeah. When you are done, raise your hand.
Done
With your name, email, and then doing the commit.
well,
You can stop raising your hand.
Is there anything we need to do with the file?
Yeah, so you write something and then you press escape and then :WQ enter. So if I do this, how do I uncommit? Let me see if I can get back there. Get that. Get. So, yes. I will look at that in 1 second. Is anybody else having issues with them?
Well, what are you supposed to type in?
The message. So you type in basically what you did. So added something.
Created index.
Yeah. You would type created.index.html. And because Vim is weird, you put the space in WQ. Just type notepad and then the file name. Use whatever text editor you have inside of it. Mac has no text editor. So you can't save a file into the. Where did you create the folder? Does Mac have like issues saving like directly? Okay. Yeah. Cool. Let's take a break, and I will start doing it. So can you try Nano? Yes. Instead, so Nano and then like index.html. And you can type in some HTML code there, and then press Control O to save it, and Control X to leave the program.
It's got to be. When is? Did you either? Ben, I haven't done it. I don't know what's happening. Look at this.
Why did you commit your entire directory? Like,
I don't know. I don't know what's happening.
You know, because when you go into you made the folder and then go into it. That's what I did.
yeah. So
I think it's really like
you just created a Git repository for your entire user directory and then committed it, and then added all of the files. You need to cd into the directory you made. Go ahead.
You shot this. So.
No. So you've got into other projects.
Yeah.
That you not CD. Why are you CDing? Why does your CD? Yeah. No. So type in and you need to quote it because it's spaces. Yeah, because your path has spaces. You have to quote it.
Well, it looks like you made CSIS.
And then you can get it.
I don't know where that is.
It's your C drive, the username Debbie in this and then in that one.
Sure. So look at where you are on the path. So C, you're at C users Jaker, and then here you're at this PC's desktop Java 1. So you actually need to navigate. Yeah, so you used the whole path, but you didn't actually change your location. So you need to use CD to change your location.
Well, this thing.
Type CD and that path. Okay. So the command line, you're navigating one of these folders. So like in Explorer, when you click on a folder, it jumps you to another. With this, the prompt tells you what folder you're in. You have a question. You want to go like to desktop or and then you CD into the
Well, so I want C and then I want to.
yeah. Well, you also want to get rid of all the C, G, F, C.
Okay, ready to do something about this?
Yeah, so there's a hidden folder now in your user folder. It's also yeah. And just delete that. Yeah. Yeah. So you want to CD into the folder on your desktop, or you want to make a new folder in a more reasonable location. Because the desktop, I think you would need to CD desktop and then the building.
I think I.
Yeah.
How do I go back?
No.
How do I go back? I'm gonna go.
CD dot space dot dot is up.
I'm going back.
There you go. And then if you press enter,
I'm taking this stuff out.
yeah. Maybe we need to slow down. You can go back. So you initialize it and you can check. So if you do dir slash so that shows all of the hidden files, and you already have, but you also have all other folders that might not be the best way. You want it to be a self-contained. Here's what you need to do. You need to choose a location, store a project, create a folder
move into that folder. And don't make a new folder on with Explorer. You need to use, so you're already here. You can use mkdir to make it direct. And then you can cd to change it to like then you want to make the file.
So now I want to go into the
And you only go to the I realize that. Yeah. That's one of the reasons why I'm trying to fix this.
now what do I do?
Get in there. And then tells Git how to like this folder. Now you need to add some like get that study no, I mean you need to actually make the file. So you can start one there, but you just no I'm trying to get you.
Yeah, I get that.
I would type HTML. Then type and now you can CD with that. That folder. The name of that. Because you gave it a space. There you go. And now you create a file and add some HTML. Yeah, you need to do it. You have to save it in that folder.
Okay, save it.
No, so you save it into that folder. The command line is just another version of Explorer.
So now I make a new folder.
Now you make a file.
Okay, now I have this thing to. Okay.
By the way, that screen.
Can I have slight attention for a second? Just hands up. Who's worked with the command line before? Cool. Yeah. Who would like me to go back and do very basic command line instructions? Yes. Go 1, 2. It's enough. I can work with that. So. Everybody else make your websites look real pretty. I'm going to do a little bit here. So, how many people have ever looked into their file system? It's a GUI tool, like Nautilus, or I think that has files, or Explorer. It would look like this. And so you've got a bunch of folders, and you can navigate between those folders, and some of them have files. Like here is the configuration file for Diablo 3. How many people know what a file system is? Okay. File system is a thing that lets Basically, it's a hierarchical organizational structure that stores all of your files. And almost everything in the computer ends up being represented by a file. So, and then you can organize those files in folders, basically like a filing drawer, except nested. Does that make sense? Cool. People who raised their hands that didn't know or weren't hadn't used the shell before should all be paying attention and be nodding. I would like some nods. Cool? Cool? Good. So, if you've never used a shell like this before, it'll probably be a little bit easier. But the general things to notice are this top bar up here, which shows our current location in the file system, and this view right here, which shows stuff that's in the folder we're currently in. Do those two things make sense? Cool. So the command line is very much the same. We have something that tells us where we currently are, and we can run a command, which in this case is dir on Mac to be ls, and I will do that. And if we go into PowerShell, we can use ls because PowerShell is nice. And this listing is the content of the folder we are currently in. Did I lose anybody? Raise your hand if you are lost. Okay, cool. So there are really, for what we're doing right now, there are only a couple of commands that we need to know really well. The first one is cd. cd lets us change directory. That's called cd. And so we can type cd and we can type in another path, which is just another place we want to be. And it will say illegal characters in path. And we will feel stupid. There we go. So I just changed the location I'm at from my user directory to the root of the entire file system. So every drive has its own file system. It starts at nothing, like the root. Yeah. You can also use C:. Yeah. If I'm not even going to teach you delete right now, because if you do that in this folder, it will delete everything on your drive, which is bad. Also, do not remove root 2 or Windows. Yes. It adds dot. Yeah. You have to tell it specifically what files include. And so if we look here, this is my part of my C drive. Actually kind of interesting. I, for some reason, Autodesk, which is a 3D modeling software, decided that it wanted to be in my root, which is rude. Games is here. I think that's actually my Steam library. Perflogs is something that's made by Windows. Program files and program files x86 are where most Windows things end up being installed. So whenever you run an installer on Windows, it goes through a big process, and part of that process is taking all of the files that the program needs to run and shoving them into some folder in one of those. Users, pretty self-explanatory. It holds data for all of the user directory, all of the users on the computer. And then Windows is operating system files. Do not go into Windows unless you know what you are doing, because if you change anything, there's a good chance that your computer will explode. Windows.old is created by Windows 10 when it updates. You can generally safely delete that, but if you're paranoid or you don't know what you're doing. So, I put my stuff in my user folder, which is going to be in C users. So I have to go to CD users, and then I can do that to say, okay, what files, where am I and what's in this folder? Turns out that I have 2 users. I can do Benjamin, and I can do LSN, and I have all sorts of folders here. I stuff 10 to 6 7 projects, and then I have all my projects, and I can CD into, where do I want to go? CSIS-NB website. Cool. And so I can very easily navigate around. There's one shortcut you really should know is CD dot dot. And CD dot dot brings you up 1 level. So you notice that I went from CSIS-NB website to users Benjamin project. And if I do it again, now I'm in the Benjamin folder, now I'm in the users folder, I'm back at root. And you can CD directly into any location on your computer. So I can say cd / Benjamin projects CSIS-NB website. And I can go directly there. Are we clear on CD? Like if you do this and then you decide you don't want to go to that folder, or not being able to backspace is weird. Cool. So what do we want to do next? We want to not go into Android Studio projects. Do we have any questions on what I've just done? Cool. Yes. What does what mean? Mode. Oh, so each file has an associated data with it. Tells the operating system a little bit about what kind of file it is. So if I do this, the mode here is A, which I'm not entirely sure what it means, but it has something to do. It probably has to do with like the text file or something like that. But if we do yeah, it has if we had hidden folders and I remembered the command to show them, the .git folder would wind up with an H. Yeah, so they're tags. There's a couple of them, but most of them aren't important for what we're talking about.
Yeah, linked up our local client with our.
Yeah. So one thing, do we want to do that, or do we want to actually sort of go over we want to link directly to GitHub and start playing with that, or do we want to actually learn what we're doing and then do? Yeah. Oh yeah. So the problem is, I don't actually remember how to log out. Yeah. So I'm going to fast forward a little bit. One of the other commands that you really need to know is make directory, which is just make directory, and then you give it a path, and remove, which in command is rem. which didn't work because I didn't give it an argument.
And you also take the Linux classes, but not required.
It should be.
Implicit requirement.
Yeah.
You're going to have to be really workable.
Yeah, and there are a lot of development workflows that require you at least know how to use the command line, and many development workflows require that you know how to script, which is where things like Python come in. But if you don't know how to do basic scripting with batch files or batch, it's going to be really, really hard on you.
Yeah, look for CSI.
Yeah. So I think I'm going to go ahead and show you something a little less arcane. So the CSIS the Git folder that I have is actually the folder that I used to make the assignment page that we have. And I've installed it'll make it next to this place. And so we can see that I have a log of the commits that I made with the changes that I've made. And I can zoom this in, thank God. So here I committed my first task. Then I actually had an issue where I forgot to git add, and so it didn't add the changes I made. So I only actually stored half of the assignment. And then basically I just kept moving up this branch, up this tree, making commits, each of these git commit, until I had the full assignment. And what's nice is that I can look at each commit and I can see what was added and what was removed. So for this commit, in which I added most of the stuff, I added, I already had this. I added some spaces. I removed this thing, and then I added all of this. Like that. And then over here, if I go up a little longer, I only had one thing, and so on this line, I fixed my terrible grammar. There's a lot of that. And so this is sort of the basic Git workflow. You make some changes, you add them, you tell Git about them, and then you do a commit with a message that tells you what you did, and you start creating this kind of chain, right? And so you can go up and down. If I wanted to, I could actually So I can use git log here, and it's the same data. It's just displayed differently on the command line. And if I wanted to, I could go all the way back to any one of these steps. Git revert 359 B4C5. And it'll say, oh, okay, we're going to revert, and this revert commit this. And so depends on whether or not you have repeats. It'll tell you if you have ambiguities, but so you only have to type in the hash to the point where it's unique. So we reverted all sorts of stuff. And now it's kind of hard to see, but that file was different from the file that you guys saw at the beginning of class. And I can send log. So I can then say, so that reversion to the previous one was added as a commit. So I can actually say, oh, I didn't actually want to revert those changes. I can just go right back. Okay. Cool. So, and now it's the file is back to where it was. So let's look at how are we tracking? Pretty good? Did everybody manage to get the Git website commit on the Git website? I mean, on the website folder.
And basically, so when you do a commit, you're just adding some notes to yourself that you can read later.
Oh no! So when you commit, you create a change log essentially in your .git folder that records the status at that point in time of your project.
But then you're actually
and you have a note.
You add little notes to kind of help you orient yourself.
Yes, exactly. And that comes into play when you're actually working with other people. So let's say or you're wanting to add a feature. So let's say 10b site. And let's say I want to add some more, like a header and a footer to my web page. So I can actually say like this. Get B for branch. I actually think I have to check out dash B for branch and then a branch. Adding ch header footer. Cool, and it'll say new branch ch header footer.
Can you explain what that is?
I will, but I need to make some changes so that it'll be a little bit more. And then we can add stuff. I think it's header. But it's not.
It's yeah, so.
Very rarely do I type right. Whoa. No way. Cool. And then we can actually test this. Nope. Cool. So now I've added some text to my website. It has a header and a footer. They're not particularly interesting, but that's fine for right. And then we want to save these changes. So we go hit add the changes, hit commit, and then we can do -m and then just a message from that prevent us from ever having to like ugly thing. So added header footer. Cool. So as Mr. People pointed out, what did we just do? Well, we made some changes, but we also did no? Where do I do that? Hold on. Okay, this is actually good. Cool. So this, terrible. So we can see here that we actually branch will show you all of the branches you have. So we've created a branch here footer, and we're on it, which is where the star is, and we have master, and for some reason we had show, which I think I just created accidentally. So what we've done, if we're looking at the this tree model, is we've done some commits, and then we've branched over here. This is master. This is BH, and that. And then over here, yeah. So our master branch is still over here. And that's all it knows about is these changes up to this point. BH add some stuff. Actually, yes, because I'm dumb. So BH actually that. Both BH add header footer and the show branch are pointing to this node in the log. And I can show you that by saying git checkout cat. Right. I'm at index. And you'll notice that it's changed from the header having the header and footer, not having the header and footer. That's because I said, okay, Git, I would actually like files from this point in time.
So looking at that sequence, that's a temporal sequence. So like the top, like, can you slide it over a little bit? Can you do that command? Can you slide over the notepad?
Yes. So sorry. So that's not temporal. Of the branches I have available, we go get that. I think it probably is doing it in alphabetical order.
Are they all from the same root? The leaf root doesn't seem.
Yeah, so they're all based on the first commit we made, right? And so this one we added the file, and then eventually we branched, and then we made some changes, and so we're over here now on a different branch.
Master a default name, or did you call
Master is a default.
So when you create your own branch,
yeah. So that's what you get when you get it in. You get a master branch where everything is on. And so if we keep doing changes, so check out ph, and it won't add. I forgot not CD. There we go. We checked out, we told Git, hey, I would like stuff from ph header footer branch. Index.
So does the word checkout mean you are removing it so nobody else can work on it?
No. So checkout means give me,
you're just looking at it.
yeah, like change the directory to be like it is.
I want to check it out and see what's there.
Yeah.
It's not like I'm checking it out of a library.
No, it's not. So SVN did that. The subversion, which is sort of the previous source control thing, actually would say checkout, which would then lock all of the files in that branch until you push them back up, and then it would. It did not like that. Yes.
So is checkout different from like pull request?
Yes. So we're gonna get to that, and then so let me actually redo that. What do we want to add to our header and footer?
Title.
Okay.
Type header.
Each one. We'll make this a header.
No, it's title. The title shows up on the calendar.
Oh yeah.
You climb all that.
And then this is the, and I will transition to using a much better title. Who do we want the title to be?
Or with it?
It's using a different student. Tom is not allowed to answer any more questions. So somebody give me a title. Reable. Cool. That's the first thing I heard. Okay. No. Visa. We have two labeled big header here. Wow. And then get add, get commit. Made, cool. Check out.
That adds another node on the view.
Yeah. So now what we have is we've created another node and we pointed the edge add to that node.
When you say VH, you plug it VH.
Yeah, sorry. Header. Sorry. Cool. So we created a new commit. We pointed the head of that branch to that commit. Then master, and I can do branch conflicts. Apparently something I need to remember. So I just switched to a new branch conflict. It's based on master because that's the branch I was on when I branched. So let's do Adam because I hate Notepad. And then let's see, we can do H2. Let's do UL list item. What other things should we have in our list? Suggestions. You get to make a suggestion. I'm going to start picking on random people. Jackson. Spelled incorrectly. Cool. You in the back. What should I add to the list next? Internet Explorer. Cool. And then we'll close the list. We'll save it. We will add it. Nate? No. So you have to add every change that you make. So it adds the file to the track list that'll tell you, hey, this was changed. You can't commit it until you tell me what to do. But it won't actually automatically add the change.
So if you commit without adding,
If you commit, so it's so I just removed all of the work I just did. I think. No, I did. I'm not entirely sure what I did. I think I actually committed, so there wasn't anything. So the yes. What was the question?
what would happen? I guess
If you if you try and commit with nothing to add, it will tell you, and it won't commit because you haven't added any changes. So that's called staging. And so you can, if you only want to stage certain files for the commit, it's basically an area that's like, I would like to change to commit this part and this part and this part and this part. And then during commit, it takes those changes and shoves them into the history while ignoring everything. So if you commit without adding anything to the page, nothing will happen.
So when you do add dot,
Add everything.
you could just add
Yes,
just add those changes.
exactly.
Now, if you don't commit the change, then the change can get lost, or
So it actually, that's a good question. So it won't actually say I do.
if you log out and log back in.
Well, yeah, because you're, oh no. So it's, if you make changes and if you make changes and you save them, it's not going to change anything until you pause. So it's not going to check out master always on the things that you left in. I can show you that. Yes. Yes?
Oh, sorry. So when I'm committing, it's saying that it's a commit message.
Yeah, so a commit message is just tells you what you did.
Like a comment.
Yeah, it's a comment. So, so let's say we add some changes, more changes, header to changes. And then we close our thing. I'll just start it. No, just nicer, a little nicer. But I need to look, theme, linking, text, select, get 9.9 point font is not good. That looks pretty good. Oh, go with 36. Everybody cool with 36? Cool. Orient myself. Good. Project. ED. Yes. ISID. Website. And then we can see that even though I closed the terminal and then opened it up with a completely different shell, it still has checked our changes. And if we edit, it'll say, cool, on branch file type, you haven't staged anything for commit. Here are some things that changed. And then it's the unit which is change, add them, and then do.
Could we maybe next week we could throw like a BlueJay project in the folder? So we could be working in BlueJay that make the changes and then go back to Git and commit those changes and work with a real project. I think that would be
That's kind of what I want to work with. Yeah. So you notice I tried to hit out master this time. Right here. It's error. Your local changes to the following files will be overwritten by the checkout in this file. Please store your changes, commit your changes for them before you switch right. And that prevents you from doing exactly what you were saying might happen, which is losing your changes. So it won't let you lose your changes unless you specifically tell it you don't want these really seriously go away. So what we've done here is we went back to master, we made a new branch, right? And then we did another commit. And so now that's what our tree looks like. And we can check that by saying this. And so actually since we don't have this here because our initial commit was the branch. We have master, we have the ridiculous show branch that I made for no reason. We have BH header footer way over here, and then we have this branch conflicts, which comes directly off of master.
No branch uses critical conflict.
Mm-hmm.
It's not anything.
And if you had not created show, would we have lost the changes that were made to the BH header footer?
No, what would happen is that show just wouldn't be there. And it would just be a straight line between master and BH header footer. Or, yeah.
Right. But we wouldn't be able to go back to the intermediate step between
No.
header footer.
No. Well, yeah, so there's a commit there. We didn't have to have a branch. So we could still go back one commit on that branch. We could because this still exists.
What? Okay. Even though
Yeah.
it wouldn't necessarily.
It's not a branch, but it's still there.
Okay.
So what is the use of this? Well, we've branched. So, and if you're in a group, you can each have your own branch, and you can be working on your own branch, going all the way up and sort of branching out. But so far, we can only branch out, right? We haven't learned how to put things back together, and without doing that, it's kind of goofy. Unsurprisingly, command for that is git merge. And we say git merge, and then the name of the branch we want to pull in from. So git merge BH header footer. They have to be branches. They don't have to be endpoints, but they have to be branches. So you notice the show was sort of on. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So yes, they don't have to be endpoints, because what we can do is we can actually move our head. You don't usually do this, but you can run into situations where you have a commit up here that's not pointed to by any branch, but it still exists. So you can commit, you can merge this into any branch, but then you have this thing to worry about, and it ends up being great. So try to avoid that. So I tried to merge it, and it says auto merge index.html conflict. Merge conflict index.html automatic merge failed, conflict, and then commit. And so what we tried to do is say, okay, I want to check out, pull in the changes from BH header footer. And because we made so many changes we made some changes to index.html that merge doesn't know how to resolve, it said, I don't know how to do this, please fix it and then tell me that you're done. So if we go back to our editor, we have some interesting things that are happening. So first thing we notice is that this part is basically unchanged. It's been able to resolve, okay, BH header footer had a header, it had a title and stuff, and then it also has the HTML. But what it can't do is say it doesn't quite understand how it wants us to merge these two things. So it's saying, okay, over here we have the changes that were made to index.html on the conflict branch, which is the branch that you're on. It's indicated by head, which is just the node that this branch is pointing at as the head of its thing. And then it's saying, okay, this file, you currently have this other file has this. How do you want to resolve it? And so our editor is very nice, and it understands or use me, or we can do something else. And so in this case, if we want to do something else, this includes both parts. So we say that this body, keep that body, keep the rest of this, and then merge this up all here, and then use me. And our editor, again, is very nice. It removed all of the weird boilerplate stuff that is ugly and nobody wants to look at, and substituted what we had for, well, we had edited, right? So now we have a nicely merged file. We tried to do this, it didn't work. We went in, we merged the file, and now we have a working file, right? Everybody would agree that this is HTML that is sort of an amalgamation of both of the branches that we have. Correct? No? Yes? Too nice. Cool. So now we have to tell Git that we resolved that conflict. So we go back to our thing, and we say Git commit. I think we need to add it. It's that. And so unmerged conflict, I have unmerged tabs. Unmerged tabs like this. No changes, edit commit, do my add. Git commit. Merge two branches. Cool. And we're back without conflicts. There's nothing to commit, and we're working previously. And so we've created another. We can check what happened. It's ungit. And we can see what just happened. So we made a list. We pulled in here, and we merged them. And so it's shown us all, it's merged the histories of both branches. So we have branches from this one, we have commits from this one, our normal branch, and from the header footer. And they got merged in together, and we can see that in sort of in the graph. Does that make sense to everyone? So when you are on a team, you each have your own branches. And you work together, and then there are a couple of different workflows for merging them together. If you're working pretty closely together, you can just, and you're agreeing with other people, you can merge into their branch. You really shouldn't ever merge into somebody else's branch. But you can take their branch and merge it into your branch. So if person one is doing some stuff here, and I am over here doing my own stuff, at some point I can say, okay, I need your stuff to continue working. I will merge them in, and then I will continue from that point. And we can continue working, and they can do the same to me. And neither one of us needs to communicate very much with each other. You should be, but it's always your responsibility to do the merging if there are merge conflicts. I specifically created a situation where a conflict would occur. In a lot of cases, Git will be able to merge stuff for you correctly. So, yes.
I have a question. I'm curious, before we wrap up for today, because we went over a lot of stuff also on Monday. And I just want to take a pause and see if anyone really went up at all. I didn't really ask at the beginning on the operating system simulation lab. Okay. Would you like to spend some time on that in the last hour?
I mean, I think I can figure it out.
Last half hour? Figure it out, okay. It's actually, you should think of it as a challenge because it is a review of a lot of stuff we've done already. You can pick up all that stuff from the former.
I have a question about the two-strand.
but did you want us to format it so we can actually type like the priority?
I think you're supposed to do a 2-string for a job, or for the priority queue. Yeah, for the priority queue.
Because we know you can print the key.
Yeah.
It's not the correct priority. But because it's broken off. Like 5, 2, 3, and then 1 7.
You mean in the right level? I think.
Yeah.
No, I think with print queue, 2 strings just list them, like in the order of the array.
Okay, versus just
The job should have a 2-string too to show like the priority and the arrival time. But what I was thinking, Ben, I think this is great, but it's getting a little theoretical, and I think
Yeah, so that's actually the next thing
we're
we're
going
gonna
to
do.
plan something for next week too. Is there something?
I'll show, can I demonstrate actually putting it up again?
Well, that would be good too, but I also want to suggest something because I'm still finding it hard to kind of see how could we do maybe next week. We can think about this for maybe next week.
Yeah.
If we could have like a project where maybe people pair up
That's why I was gonna do it.
and they do.
So, like a template starter website and assign sort of rows to do individual features.
All right.
And then merge at the end, and maybe have 2 rows do the same thing, so that we can see how merge.
Okay, that's okay, cool.
And that's also why I needed everybody's GitHub name, because in order for that to work really well, I need to have it.
That's going to be for next week.
Yeah. But for the last half hour, if everybody's okay, I will actually demonstrate to get up. So the first thing we kind of need to do is go to GitHub. And so GitHub, like I said, is sort of a storage space for Git repositories. So we can actually create, it understands Git, you can push to Git, you can pull from Git, which I'll get. And so we can say, I click the new repository button and I can say CSIS 10 website. I can add a description, a website. We can add a git ignore, which is a bunch of stuff that we don't have to do. We can create a repository. And GitHub is very nice. And it says, quick setup. You've done this kind of thing before, you know what you're doing. And then it gives us a bunch of options. We could actually create the repository from scratch, but we've already done that. So, or to an existing repository from the command line. And it tells us, okay, we can, these are the commands that we need to run in order to get our stuff up to GitHub. So, what's happening is all of the stuff we've been doing exclusively on our local machine. There's been no internet connectivity. There is no synchronization. It's all been just there. So that folder, all of your work is gone. GitHub is over here. And so what we can do is we can, these 2 commands tell it 2 things. 1, git remote add origin, and then the URL to the .git thing, which I'm not entirely sure what it is. You can actually leave off the .git. So that command says, hey Git, I'm going to add a remote repository to you. I'm going to add one. I'm going to call it origin. And then here is the URL to that repository. And then git push says, I would like you to take my stuff and push it up to origin on the master. And then the U is a little thing that is necessary because we don't actually have the history of Git. So we have to tell Git, you're not going to know what this is. So just do it. So we can walk through that because that's a little bit taken. And so remove and origin. And so Git didn't yell at us. And now we can check and say git remote show. And the git remote show is basically just lists all of the remote repositories that you have told Git about for this repository. And then we can do git remote show origin. Yeah. Although you should, if you want to type that, you should actually probably, I mean, you could do this, but if you try and push to my repository, you won't be able to. You don't have it.
Oh, yeah, so we haven't linked up our Git with our repository.
Yeah, so I've made my repository. And then I told Git about the remote repository that it can link. So what'll happen is when you do push, it'll tell you, hey, you're not logged in, please log in.
Can you log in from the
Yes. I forget exactly how. Git. Let's take a look. Whoop. Okay, I think it's actually started in Windows 10 Manager. So that's going to be, it should pop up that on access. If it doesn't, I'll walk it. Yeah, so you need to type, first you need to do the git remote add origin, and then create a repository that you have one. So git remote add origin, where you want it to put it. And then so you would need to make your repository on GitHub. I'll have to go to the, and then git. Sure, you can do it now or you can wait. Push origin after, and it will wait a little bit, and then it will do some stuff and tell you it's done, and then we can go back to GitHub. Yes. And so, whoop, it's already taken. It exists already. And we can go and refresh this. And where did it go? There it is. And now we can see we have the index.html on GitHub. Yes. So not exactly. You have to tell GitHub that you want a repository because these are, remember, they're separate systems. So Git only manages communication between your local machine and GitHub, but it can't tell GitHub make a repository because it doesn't know about OAuth, it doesn't know about security in that way. It just says, hey, computer over there, I would like to put some data in you. And either the computer knows how to do that and does, or it doesn't, the path is wrong. And it helps you like, I don't have it. Make sense? Cool. What you can all do now, though, is clone this repository. So the last thing, and one of the most frequent things that you have to do is pulling somebody else's repo. And that's incredibly easy. So let me get out of here, and I can say, no, get out of my way. Thank you. Git clone, and then the path to the repository you want. It's TCP pass clone, and this you can do right now. GitHub. Nope. What happened? Something terrible. Oh no. I shall. CD. Really? It's gonna be terrible because I don't like it. 28. Cool. That's git clone GitHub // GitHub IS10b website. Go right. So I can delete that. I think I actually need to do this. There we go. And then, so just in case nobody believes me, I have deleted that file. That's what happens if you try and pull from something that doesn't exist. So that file no longer exists. Now it does. Why are you being like this? Okay. There we go. And so I've just pulled it down from GitHub back to my computer. And now we have master. There we go. We have all of the branches. We can check out that. Go org. And that shows us all of the things we can do. And then I keep forgetting how to. That's right. I think it's just that. Yeah. Did not push. Oh, right. That didn't push any of the other branches. So we push master. And so that's the only branch that Git knows about. We can push other branches. If you'd like to see that, that's the general workflow. So the general workflow is you clone a repository from GitHub, you make a new branch, make some edits, do some commits, and then you push your branch up to GitHub, and then on github.com you do a pull request, which basically asks the maintainers of that repository to merge your changes into the master branch. Yes. So both are kinds of merges. So a pull will do this. So if you're here and you pull, it will try and merge the branches into your branch. Yeah. And then a push is generally done from from your computer up to a remote. And so it's still a merge, but I think there's some different semantics. And generally you do pull requests. You don't do push requests. And I'm not entirely sure why, but
So when I did the cloning, it seemed to work. I got the same thing that you did, but when I put rank show or git remote show origin, again, fatal origin does not appear to be a git repository, do not read from remote repository.
So git push tells Git, your local Git, to push to a specific remote on to a specific remote on a specific branch. So what I just did there, Git push, origin master is sort of the default branch that ends up getting pushed. Or I think it's origin and then whatever branch you have. Then the question? Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what's going on with that. Do you have any more questions, Tom? Mr. Rebo?
Let's step out for a second. No, I think it's definitely a new paradigm, you know.
Yeah.
And software projects.
I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah. This is very strange. Yeah. Lots of things. Yes. Well, did you add so Git is really, really good about telling you what you need to do. So if something fails, you should look at the output text, and generally speaking, it'll have a suggestion on what you're doing. Especially for sort of much of the simpler stuff. Stuff in your case where I'm not sure why. Oh. Did you clone this directly? Yes. Did you clone this? Oh, I know what you're doing. You cloned it into its own folder. I'm sorry for the slightly unstructured meandering quality of that lecture. I will prepare much better for next leg, essentially. That's true. Does anybody have any sort of finishing up questions about either Git or GitHub? So, like if I ask people to make a repository on GitHub and then make something on your computer with a couple of commits and push it up, would you be able to do that? $50%? Show of hands with fingers. Confidence level. 0 to 5. So, yeah.
I think I look at you. I missed the part where you did the pushing, but I was thinking, is this so? I had a conversation like for 1 hour with somebody from Git. She was trying to get more educators to use it.
Yeah.
In that 1 hour, I had no clue how I should actually use it. But she did say that people actually post their whole courses on Git, and then students will like make them work for themselves.
So forking is another kind of branch.
Well, before we go into that, I was wondering if, like next week, if we had a programming package that on your site that we could all pull.
Yeah. So what I was thinking is we start with just a basic template with some sort of sectionality.
Everybody, like a group project, would be kind of fun actually.
Yeah, everybody can pull that project. I can add everybody as collaborators, and so I'll allow people to pull and push to their own branches on like a single story. And then at the end of, I don't know, we can assign some tasks. At the end of an hour or something, we can pull in. Everybody can make pull requests, and we can go through all of the pull requests.
How would the project be divided up in practice? So like on a large project, you would have a repository with maybe like templates of all the classes in it, and then you
Something like that. A pipeline
with pull the whole thing, work on one of the classes.
Yeah.
And the merge. And does that merge? I didn't see how the merge works. Is that all manual?
So it's not generally all manual, especially if you don't have like weird changes to the same sections of the same files. I'm not entirely sure how the algorithm works. Yeah.
Which is like a blank class, that like common class, hello world, one that says it's not hello world, find the system out and do that.
Okay.
Yeah, and generally resolving merge conflicts, what you do is you get the pull requests. The people who are in charge of doing like merges will pull your branch. They'll ask for specific, they'll try and merge it into the thing, potentially make corrections, add, or ask you to make corrections, and then accept the pull request. So it's basically the process I went through. But instead of having both branches be like local, one of them would be a remote branch to be pulled down for merge in and then put up. I'm not still a little shaky on how it works, but most pull requests that we'll end up running into are probably going to be solvable via just standard.
Cool. Thank you.
Yeah. Do you want to set up a meeting outside of class to do that?
Sorry?
Do you want to set up a meeting outside of class to sort of find that?
Oh, we do that?
Yeah.
Sure.
We have time like this weekend. I guess this weekend.
Well, we could maybe squeeze it in lunch during the workshop
That makes sense.
on Saturday to go.
Oh, I need that time.
Okay.
And did you end up doing the survey?
No, I was
Try to keep up.
trying to keep up.
Oh. I feel like everybody has a basic overview.
So I think you have to fill this out and then I initial it.
Yeah.
And then we have to print something else out, right? But that thing, we need to have a printed signature?
Oh, no, I think we talked to them.
They're okay with it? Okay, good. Oh, good. So I just have to do the survey then. Yeah, I got a pen. There's one here. Well, we still have a half hour if anybody has any questions on anything else. Eric? Well, there's code. Yeah, so that's a question on, let me, I got to stop him from sharing. So a question on lab 12. Uh, 23rd of January? Is that a Monday? I think it might show on Canvas. They're not going to check anyway. So the question is on the OSM, you're supposed to generate a random number for the number of arrivals, right? And there already is a random object called rand, right? And we use this already, I think, in the customer one from lab 4A. So the syntax is basically you just say rand dot, what's it called again? Next int, right? Yeah. Next int, and then you do parentheses, you know, start to end. So you do like next int of 0,4. Oh, it's just 4. Okay. Yes. How do you assign a random priority to a new arrival?
Yeah.
Well, you're going to make a job, right? And the constructor initializes the priority to 0. And there's another constructor that has a priority parameter. So when you make a new job, you could say new job of rand.nextInt of 2. And that'll give you a random number between 0 and 1. Shove it in for the priority. Does that sound good? Or actually the one for time too, because you want to give it the arrival time as well. And if not, you can also set the priority.
At the top, we're supposed to change the heat data to maxi.
Yes. Yeah, we did that. We changed the variable heap data should be, no, heap data should be job.
Oh,
And the priority queue should be called, instead it was like PTY queue or something, it should just be called priority queue. The right levels method, recursive, no, it's just an iterative method. Basically with right levels, you're going to a single while loop with an if statement in it should be able to handle that. You just need an if statement to figure out when to put the next new line character up.